Howdy doody year 7s, and here is our next video tutorial, exercise 9J, drawing solids. Again, still on my red, might change that. What colour I might go a nice blue. Drawing solids. Again, very important, as I said last lesson, if you're thinking of getting into any type of employment that's looking at architecture or even engineering, computer animation or computer drawings, geometry type stuff. Drawing solids is something, as you can see here, picture of, and a building, someone architectural type of stuff, drafting. Very important, you sort of understand this type of stuff. A lot of computer programs now help people draw these rather than draw them by hand, but important to know the basics and how it all works. Alright, so drawing solids. Three-dimensional solids can be represented as a drawing on a two-dimensional surface. So just on a piece of paper you can draw it so it looks like a three-dimensional object. So you can use it on paper or computer screen, provided some basic rules are followed. So what basic rules do you need to follow when drawing a cube? Alright, draw cubes in rectangular prisms by keeping parallel edges pointing in the same direction. Alright, so all the edges that are parallel must be obviously in the same direction. Parallel edges need to also be the same length. Okay, so when you're drawing cubes, this is cubes or rectangular prisms, by the way. So I'm drawing in blue. So make sure that the parallel edges are all pointing in the same direction. Okay, make sure the parallel edges are all the same length. Okay, don't make them different lengths. And if we have a look quickly here, hopefully, a couple of poor examples. Here, see how these, some of these lengths are not parallel, not in the same direction. That's sort of down a bit. Same here, not in the same direction. Some of the lengths of the parallel sides are not the same. So then your drawings are not really representative of a pure three-dimensional cube type object. Okay, if you're drawing pyramids, or draw pyramids by joining the apex, the top. Okay, that's called the apex, with the vertices on the base. Okay, and depending, I won't get into that. So once you have the apex, just draw a line from each of the vertices to the apex, and you can very easily draw a pyramid. So I'll try and spit that out. A triangular pyramid, a tetrahedron, or a square pyramid. Okay, and depending on where you put the solid lines and the dotted lines will change the aspect. And I'll give you a bit of a example. If I redraw this square pyramid, I'll try and do it the best that I can. So if we go that way, again, I'm going to try and keep these as best that I can. Probably not ideal. Actually, we're going to have another crack at that. That one's actually going that way a bit, and that way a bit. So this is not perfect. That way a bit. My apex is up here. Alright, so if I'm going to draw my apex, how can I draw this? I want to do it the other way. So I'm actually going to do, I want my solid lines. Where am I going? So if I'm going to go there with a solid line, I'm going to go there with a solid line, and I don't know if this is going to work. It's not going to work very well, but anyway, my dotted lines, so I'm doing it that way. Where's my dotted lines going to be? It's going to be at the back here, going to the apex. Or even though that part should still be a little bit solid, up to there. Sorry, this is sort of extending things out a little bit. Go to there, go to there. I don't know if this has really worked out very well. And go to there. Whoops, redraw that one. Dear, it's not working out very well. Oh, what are you doing? Get out of there. I don't want to go from there to there. That really hasn't worked at all. Anyway, so basically what I'm trying to show you is that depending on where you draw these dotted lines, it changes the perspective a little bit, and that's a really poorly drawn square pyramid. I'm trying to get the image here so you can actually see the base. Whoops. What do I want? I want that one. So the base is actually leaning sort of backwards a bit. So there's the base. Oh, geez, draw, will you? Don't know why that keeps changing. Okay, that's the bottom of the base there. That's an edge going up there. It's changed again on me. This one's a dotted one at the back here. You've got that one, you've got that one. These guys here are actually at the front, and this one is dotted at the back. Okay, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Wasted a little bit of time mucking around on that one. Draw cylinders by starting with an oval shape. Okay, so an oval shape at the top or bottom, for example. Then draw your lines in around that, again keeping all your edges and everything the same length. Squares and isometric square and isometric dot paper, which I want to show you for an example down there, can also be used to help accurately draw solids. Drawings made on isometric dot paper clearly show the cubes that make up the solid. Okay, so there's just square dot paper, and that's isometric, so it's not like in squares. They're a little bit off center, so as you can see here, so it's a little bit different, that sort of paper. All right, so there's, I don't know, forget that one because that really didn't work at all. So there's some rules when drawing cubes, triangular pyramids, square pyramids, cylinders, cones, and then sometimes using the dot paper, isometric, or just square dot paper can help you. All right, draw these solids. A cone on plain paper. So a cone, what I'm going to do is draw, again, don't go by my drawing. My drawings are really not great. And then I'm going to do my dots at the back. And you need to, actually I'm going to get rid of them because I can use my line tool for that one, can't I? Try and keep everything nice and straight. Okay, the best that you can. And voila, there is my cone. And if we check, go through here, cone, there's a cone there anyway, but we'll go down to where the example is. Should really set that up a little bit better. Whoop, oh, man. Don't know why it's starting to do that. That is really, and it's going back the other way. Oh my goodness, forget it. You saw that's right. Well, if I look there anyway, there's a back cone, so it's no different to that one. Okay, this solid drawn on isometric dot paper. Okay, so here's the dot paper. So if you, a bit hard to see, if you look at it long enough, you actually see some cubes come out of it. Okay, so for example, there's sort of a cube sitting here. Okay, see that cube sitting there, and I might draw my lines in just to show you, and this might be the start of it anyway. So there, redraw that one, that's sort of missing the mark a little bit. From there to there, from there to there. Alright, so this sort of paper really helps you, oops, yeah, that'll leave that like that. Helps you draw cubes and squares really accurately. Okay, so there's that one. So we want to draw this shape though. We're going to draw that. So it's got to be 3 cubes along, and then the last one is going to be 2 cubes high. So I'm going to continue. So my next part is going to be there. Is that drawing? That's why. So I'm just going to mark my points there. Actually, what I'm going to do, I want to go right back. Okay, so there's that one. So 3 cubes along, 2 and 3, and it's going to be 2 cubes high, so it's going to be up to here. Alright, now this will come together, you watch. So I'm going to actually draw the top part. Alright, so I'm going to draw from this side going back that way. Alright, if that was an arrow. So I'm going to draw that way. Alright, so here's my top part. So using my line tool, try and draw these as straight as I can. There. There. Oops, don't want you. What are you doing? Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's go back because it's mucking around. There we go. Does some funny things sometimes. Okay, it's not completely straight, but you're getting the hint. So there's, alright, so let's just go back. So I've drawn that top one, I'm now drawing the one underneath it. Okay, So from there to there, from there to there. Now I've got to draw from there to there. So now I'm drawing this part in here. So I've sort of changed the orientation. I've sort of rotated this guy, really don't like that, sort of that way a little bit, that way and down a smidgen, alright, to try and get my orientation a little bit better. Anyway, so from there to there, there to there, I'm going to redraw that one, that's a bit too far out of whack. There to there. Okay, you've got to use your ruler, make sure these guys are straight. Okay, and there it is. Voila. Okay, so 2 cubes high, 3 cubes long, 2 cubes high, 3 cubes long, 1, 2, 3. And there it is. There's your shape using the isometric dot paper. Alright. Yeah, probably not one of my best videos, but we got there eventually. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Bit of fun just practicing drawing 3-dimensional objects on 2-dimensional paper. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, this sort of dot paper can really help you put it together a little bit better and draw a little bit more accurately and keep all your lines the same lengths. Do make sure they are straight. Obviously they are not straight. Yeah, take some bit of care and you can come up with some very nice drawings showing 3-dimensional objects. Alright, that's all I'm going to go through. I reckon that might almost just about be the last tutorial for this unit 2. We'll do some different stuff for the very last exercise. Hopefully that makes sense. Come and see me if you're still not sure. Hope you enjoy the rest of your holidays, if you see this during the holidays of course. Otherwise, we shall see you next time. Bye bye.